sharing real-time information about somebody's location is inappropriate, and I think everyone on this call would not like that to be done to them. And there is not going to be any distinction in the future between journalists, so-called journalists, and regular people. Everyone's going to be treated the same. You're not special because you're a journalist. You're a Twitter. You're a citizen. So no special treatment. You dox, you get suspended. End of story.
Joining me now, my friend Mike Cernovich. He created the movie you really should watch. When I talk about The Sky is Green, Cernovich made a movie about it, how they lie to people and get you to believe things. Also, is a Substack now, The Other Side of Fear. Mike, all right, everyone knows I don't wave pom-poms for billionaires or politicians. I am impressed, though, so far. Should I be or should I not be?
Yeah, how could you not be? I think that unfortunately, all of us are infected with hipsterism, which is we want to think that we're too cool for school. And then that means we don't want to encourage other people who are doing great things, because that's a left-wing ideology that raising someone up diminishes us, right? That's fundamentally the nihilism of the left. So with Elon, he's doing great work, courageous work. He's feeling the burden more so than I think he anticipated or that anyone could anticipate. So as of now, I think all anyone can do is admire his courage and hope that we all have that kind of courage.
Mike, you're always good about this stuff. What's this guy's motivation? I mean, everyone knows, South Africa, richest man in the world, Tesla, the rockets. I mean, everyone knows the high points, but I can't figure out why this guy's doing all this. That's something that bothers me. I can't figure out the why.
Well, he's always had an interest in elevating the human species. And the point that we're at, and we've been there for a while, is the next step for humanity is either the Stone Age or the Space Age. And the left is trying to bring us into the Stone Age, returning to gulags, the Bolsheviks returning, slaughtering people, having another Pol Pot-style genocide, another Armenian genocide of Americans that they don't agree with. So humanity is either going to take a really big step forward or a really big step back. The trend right now is step back. The trend right now is returning to the Stone Age. And if you have a higher vision for humanity, then you want to bring us to the space age. So I think the difference between, say, someone like Elon Musk and maybe most other people who get rich is he got rich doing what he wanted to do for humanity, right? I personally not a fan of electric vehicles. I don't think you are. I think that moving away from fossil fuels presents a lot of problems, but he believed in that kind of stuff. So he got rich doing what he thought would make people better, right? Whereas most of these billionaires, they get rich doing finance. They're trying to be middleman. How can I, or like this SBF guy, they're scammers. That's how most people get rich, and that's why most people don't like the billionaire class, because they're not really trying to provide a service for humanity or to do anything grand or bold for humanity.
Mike, can you explain for people, because most people are not on Twitter, as you well know, can you explain for all the people watching right now who aren't on social media? I'm not telling people they should get on either, but for people who aren't on, why is this significant at all? Why does it even matter, Twitter? It sounds so dumb and small.
It does, but it trickles down. Twitter was a unique platform where it's fun because you could actually tell a famous person you can insult them and they'll actually read it. You could never do that before. There was all these levels of gatekeeping. That's the fun aspect. The serious aspect is where new opinions are tested out and start to filter down into the public. So when people say, because I get this a lot when people try to diminish me as if I care, they go, oh, you're just on Twitter and my next door neighbor doesn't know who you are. And I go, no, but I bet your next door neighbor knows that the Hunter Biden laptop, he never saw that. Well, that's because that happened on Twitter. That's the front lines of everything that's happening in the world right now. It's the vanguard of elite opinions, the vanguard of politics. Trump doesn't win 2016 without Twitter. That's a fact. There's no one to me, that's what you would call an IQ test to where we can even talk. If you believe that Trump could have won 2016 if Twitter hadn't existed, then we can't talk. There's nothing even to talk about. The threshold hasn't even been cleared. Now we can debate how much and we can fight at the margins. So Twitter is where it's a vanguard, man. It's where elite opinions are formed. It's where people try to like the conservatives. They used to have a monopoly on it. People forget that. It's hard for people who are much older than us or younger than us, Gen X people, to understand. It used to be you got the National Review on the newsstand at Barnes & Noble or your local shop, or you subscribe to it. And that was kind of it, man. And they could kick people out of their little tent like they did with the John Birch Society, which they claimed was because of racism, but actually is because the John Birch Society opposed the Vietnam War, and William F. Buckley was connected with the CIA. There's a whole different, anyway, so that's how your brain was kind of being formed. And now these guys don't have any clout. They don't have it. It's funny to me. I used to read George Will, and then you see George Will on Twitter, and you think, what a laughable human being this person is. How did I ever admire this person? I thought he was a kind of a badass, right? And then you see these people on Twitter, and you think, what a pathetic, frail dork. I can't believe it. So the illusion also, the Wizard of Oz aspect of how opinions are formed fades as well.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, Che Guevara, the latest episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.